Stay with me, remain here with me, watch and pray, watch and pray. Stay with me, remain here with me, watch and pray, watch and pray. Stay with me, remain here with me, watch and pray, watch and pray.
Hello, I'm Susan Beck, and I'm the rector at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Ventura, California, and this is a Good Friday reflection. Good Friday. How can we call it Good Friday? Yes, I know it was originally God Friday, and over the years it became Good Friday, but still, words are important, and it's hard to understand why anyone could think that anything good happened that day. In this meditation, I'll offer some context for the story of Good Friday, review some of the amazing things Jesus accomplished in his lifetime, and seek to answer this important question. Our lives have been turned upside down by a global pandemic. What good could possibly come from bringing up this story now? How can remembering and experiencing the sorrow of Good Friday do anything good for us today? Let's start with some background. Caiaphas was the high priest that year, and he was among those who were very concerned that the Romans would not tolerate any more uprisings, concerned the temple which they preserved and the practices they continued under the watchful eyes of the soldiers would be destroyed, desecrated, lost forever. He wasn't the only one who was worried. The chief priests and the Pharisees called a meeting of the Sanhedrin. They talked about the trouble Jesus was causing. Here is this man performing many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him. And then the Romans will come and take away both our temple and our nation. Caiaphas spoke up. You know nothing at all. You do not realize that it is better for you that one man die for the people than that the whole nation perish. And from that day, they plotted to take his life. So Jesus laid low. He withdrew to a region near the wilderness and stayed with his disciples. That is, until Passover. When Passover came, many hoped that the Messiah, a new Moses, would come, and God would force his mighty oppressors to let his people go. There had been rumors about this man, Jesus. And on Sunday, as he entered Jerusalem, the people lined the streets shouting, waving their palms and hailing him as a king. Did they not know that their outbursts could ruin everything? The chief priests and the Pharisees had given orders that anyone who found out where Jesus was should report it so that they might arrest him. For it would be better for one person to die for the people than for the whole nation to perish. One person, one man, Jesus. The one whose birth in a stable was heralded by angels and attended by shepherds. The one who by age 12 amazed people with his understanding and the questions that he asked as he sat in the temple courts among the teachers. The one who turned water into wine. The one who called out to the fishermen and said, "Follow me." And they left their nets and they followed him. The one who wept and shouted, "Lazarus, come out." And the man who had been dead walked out of the tomb. It is he who said, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted into the sea, and it would obey. And take, eat. This is my body, which is given for you. Do this for the remembrance of me. And have you come with swords and clubs as if I were a bandit? And Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Like the disciples of Jesus who on the first Good Friday shut themselves in, away from the outside world, we spend our time today in seclusion, waiting, watching, worrying, praying. Can anything good come from Good Friday? We know the answer to that question, and the answer is yes. Though it seemed like hope was gone, and all was lost, and nothing would ever erase the pain, Easter was coming. After the darkness came the light. Jesus rose from the dead. Will anything good come from this pandemic, this fear, this abrupt change in our lives? We don't know the answer to that yet. So we need to hold on to hope. And that's a real challenge because our minds turn again and again to worrying. When will things get back to normal? How long till we can go out and be with our friends, visit our families, or gather for worship in our churches again? Will things ever go back to normal? The normal we once knew? This brings me to the question I posed when we started. Our lives have been turned upside down by a global pandemic. What good can possibly come from bringing up this story now? How can remembering and experiencing the sorrow of Good Friday do anything good for us today? I think it helps for us to remember that we aren't the only ones who have faced tough times. Our ancestors in the faith dealt with plagues, famine, exile, persecution. They lost everything, even their Lord. What can we learn from their experiences? That God is faithful, that hope never dies, that joy comes in the morning, and that life can be reborn from the ashes. Today, we remember Good Friday, and from it we learn to hold on, to have hope, to remember that no matter how bad things seem, in the end, love always wins. So God bless you this Good Friday and always. Stay safe, stay prayerful, and stay home. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.